The top four odds entering today look like this. Manchester United at minus 650, the favourites to maintain their top four spot amongst Arsenal and City. Newcastle, who they go to today, are favoured to pip managerless Tottenham to the final Champions League spot at plus 100, with Liverpool and Brighton expected to miss out. Those are the current odds. Joining us now, live from Manchester, our Premier League insider, David Ornstein. We mentioned Tottenham there. We'll get to them in a moment. Chelsea, how Chelsea, David, would love to be in amongst the top four odds. Instead, they're sitting 11th in the Premier League. So Graham Potter, is he going to last much longer?
Well, as things stand, Rebecca, he is in position, although the pressure is mounting on Graham Potter at Chelsea. And I think the Todd Boehly, Clear Lake Capital-led ownership at Stamford Bridge will be discussing these matters today. I don't think that's particularly unusual to hold meetings the day after a match. But of course, given the circumstances, that Graham Potter's future will be on that agenda. Look, let's make clear, they really want him to succeed. They went to great lengths to bringing him in from Brighton, and to great expense as well. They intended to judge him in years, not months or games. But clearly, this is not good. They wanted to judge him by progress. They wanted to see progress. This currently is not progress. So they have a big decision to make. As things stand, he will be in charge for the Liverpool game on Tuesday, but a big decision to make after that. They play Wolves and then Real Madrid in the Champions League. And is Graham Potter going to be in charge for that? I think ideally they would do nothing before the end of the season, but they'll be monitoring this process all the time. And the sample size of games is getting bigger. They're being linked with other managers as well, the likes of Julian Nagelsmann, who's come out of Bayern Munich, of Mauricio Pochettino, of Luis Enrique, formerly of Barcelona and Spain. They will, of course, have a list. They're watching these things all the time, but they've got a lot on their plate, and they would rather that Graham Potter not be one of those agenda points. Of course, they've got recruitment to do in the summer. They need ins and, crucially, outs because of their financial fair play situation. They've got contract renewals to look at, the future of Mason Mount, for example. So I guess we're going to have a busy few days, weeks and months ahead at Stamford Bridge.
I do feel, though, that Daniel Levy's plate might be even bigger than Todd Boehly's right now. A whole raft of things he's got to sort out. At the top of the list this summer, who's he going to go for the next manager at Tottenham?
Well, matters at Tottenham, Rebecca, are chaotic. Reports have suggested that this is being regarded by insiders as the worst crisis of Daniel Levy's 22-year reign at the club, and only 2 weeks have passed. So much has happened since that rant from Antonio Conte at Southampton. He went ahead of schedule. The situation had become untenable. I think it was best for all parties. In particular, I don't think the players en masse wanted him there anymore. Christian Stellini, his assistant, being placed in temporary charge with Ryan Mason, and most of the staff, apart from Antonio Conte and his brother, remaining, suggests and underlines that he was viewed as the problem, and this was a failed experiment. So where does Daniel Levy go next? Well, he's got some time. I wouldn't expect an appointment until the summer, and he'll want to run a proper process. So they're being linked also with Julian Nagelsmann, of their former manager Mauricio Pochettino too, and a variety of others, the likes of Roberto De Zerbi, Ruben Amorim, even Ange Postecoglou from Celtic. And Daniel Levy, with the supporters at Tottenham, really will not be able to afford to get this wrong. But there is more chaos behind the scenes, because their managing director of football, Fabio Paratici, I broke the story on Friday that he has stepped aside from his position pending the outcome of an appeal on the 19th of April into the punishment he faces, a worldwide ban for 30 months related to his involvement in financial malpractice at his former club, Juventus. There's also a criminal trial involved in that as well. But Tottenham do have capable assistants there. Greta Steinson came in from Everton, Andy Scolding from Rangers, and they've been working hard behind the scenes. Credit to the club for putting this in place, a long-term plan with good people who are being backed to lead this project forward in the meantime. They've got some massive fixtures coming up at Tottenham. Their priority will be to finish in the top four. That is where they are placed now, in fourth position. Tomorrow night, though, against Everton is absolutely enormous.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. For even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you over there.